Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Hardcore. Now in the last episode we started building our automated sorting system and we then built a warehouse to cover it all up and everything is looking pretty good already. However, there's still a lot of work to do here. We still need to do the entire interior and we haven't really set up any of the filters either, so we don't actually know if it's working yet or not. Additionally, I still want to build a dock to go around the outside, and then underneath the chicken hut we need to put in some stairs which will allow access from the village as well as the farming area. So there's a lot of building left to do, there's a lot of decorating left to do, and I think once this is done it will look amazing. So let's get started. Now the first thing I want to do is see if I can make this warehouse look a little bit more warehousey. At the moment it's looking pretty good, but if you just look at it, you wouldn't know what it really is. It could be a giant barn or something like that, and I want to make it an unmistakable warehouse. So in addition to a few more details, I'm going to add something that all warehouses have and desperately need. I'm going to be adding a few cranes. Now, I don't have much experience with cranes. I think I've built a grand total of one a long time ago in a far away world. So I'm going to have to design this from scratch. However, I don't want to go to a creative world and design one there. I want to see if I can build one right here in the real world. So let's grab some blocks and get started. Now the reason I've decided not to do this in a design world is because I've become very reliant on my design world. Everything I do is meticulously planned out and then recreated in my survival world. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more of that. But I just want to see if I can actually build things on the fly. Like this entire warehouse has been built on the fly and I think it came out really well. So for this build in particular, I'm going to carry on with that trend. I'm not going to design anything in the design world. I'm going to be doing it all right here. Now I'm going to start off by marking out exactly where I want this crane to go, and this platform is the perfect size. If you look at it, we've got 3 surrounding the edges, we've got 3 in the middle, and it's all very nice and symmetrical. Next, I'm going to be taking this up by a few blocks, I think 3 high, and then I'm going to build a little bit of a platform, take it up some more, before finally getting to the main centerpiece, which will go all the way up. So let's get a few more blocks in here. And then once this is done, I'll use some stairs to just build a little bit of a lip over here. And then inside of that, I'll take it up a few more blocks. So let's get the stairs. And this is looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with what we have so far. We've got the base support structure of the crane in place. And yeah, that's not looking half bad at all. So let's get the center pole going all the way up. And then we'll start working on the boom. I think that's high enough. Let's get some spruce planks. And then I'm going to take this one up and let's go to the front. It needs to clear the front of the building. And then I think we need to add 1 or 2 to the back where we can attach the counterweight. So let's just add 2 here. And then let's take a look at what this looked like so far. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now I've been adding some details to the crane because I think the details are going to be what makes or breaks this. I'm going to put a grindstone right here. And then I'm going to use some chains just to make it look like it's actually an operational crane. I wish we had some ropes in Minecraft. Devs, please consider that. But chains will do just fine for now. And there we go. Let's get rid of our scaffolding. And then we need to take some more chains down from the grindstone into a little basket that we can put goods in. So let's clean this up. And then we'll take a look at what we've made so far. So let's fly out, and I really like where this is going. I think once we're done with the basket, it's gonna look absolutely fantastic. So I've added a few more details, I've made a few design changes, and I've made a basket, and we're filling it up with some dark oak logs. This is going to be one of our exports, obviously, seeing as we've got a nice little dark wood grove growing just over the hill, and we're going to be exporting all sorts of other goods as well. But I think this crane is pretty much done. So let's clean it up, let's get a good look at what we've created, and then if we like what we see, we're going to add a few more of them all over the place. So here we go, it's the moment of truth. And yes, that certainly does look like a crane. I think that is looking really good. So we'll be using that design to build a few more in due time. However, right now, I think it's time to start looking at other areas of interest. And the one in particular I'm going to look at now is this area over here under the chicken hut. And, well, I've built something. I can't say that I really like it. Yeah, this design just doesn't speak to me at all. I suppose I could try and dress it up with some texturing and some details, but I really think at this stage that would just be putting lipstick on a pig. And the more I look at it, the more I dislike it. I need to rip this out and replace it completely. Now, fortunately, I have designed something that was intended to go there a while ago, then shelved it and forgot about it. But I did a test fit, and with a little bit of alteration, it'll fit absolutely perfectly. So let's get busy. Let's take apart this horrible, horrible wall, and let's build something much better. And we're done, and I must say, I'm very happy that I've decided to rip out the old wall and replace it with this one, because it certainly is looking a lot better. Now there's still a little bit of detailing, a little bit of texturing left to do over here, but already this is a massive improvement. And I've also added this little part over here, which connects this staircase up nicely with the farming area. And as you can see, this is all looking very neat and tidy, perhaps a little too neat and tidy. So I think we need to do just a little bit of texturing. I've already started on this side over here, but we need to do a little bit of texturing, maybe on the stairwell and on this wall at the front here. So let's get that done. And there we go. The staircase is completed. Everything is nice and connected now. And I think it's time that we start looking at the docks. Now, as you can see, I've marked out where I want the docks to start over there. I'm not sure if that's going to be the final size, but that's why I'm going to lay out the entire thing with dirt first. And once I'm happy with the layout, then I will commit to doing it in stone. Now, this might take a while. This is going to be a massive area to cover. So I think it's best if we jump straight into a time lapse. And there we go, the dock is finally completed. As you can see, I've put barrels, chests all over the place. I've lit it up quite nicely, and I've built a few more cranes, and this really now does look like a warehouse. I am extremely happy with the way this has turned out, and I'm also very happy with the way that it connects with the rest of the village and the farming area as well. I think for an unplanned build, this could not have gone better. It is looking absolutely fantastic. But wait, that's not all. We have an interior as well. Just look at that. Absolutely spectacular. And I've set up some of the filters, which means we can start sorting our items. Now, if we move upstairs, you will notice that I've added a network of catwalks for the dock workers so they can go about their jobs and move about from one part of the warehouse to the other. And everything, I think, is now completed inside and out, and it's looking awesome. So the only thing left to do is actually test out the system and see if it works. So let's get the power on, just flick this lever, and there we go. The noise tells you that it is indeed working. Next, we'll add a few shulker boxes in the chest up here. I've added a random bunch of objects to the shulker boxes just to make sure that all the filters are working, and then the next step is to hit the start processing button, and then we'll see all the stuff coming up the water stream. So let's boop it, and there we go. First shulker box is in there. It is unloading, and we should see the items coming up here any second now. And yes, there it goes, and it seems it has picked the ice chest first. So the unloading part is working absolutely perfectly. Let's head upstairs and see if the sorting part is working as well. And already we're running into some problems. As you can see, for some odd reason, all of the stuff is collecting in this hopper over here instead of going over the ice and into the next water stream. Now, I'm not sure why that is happening. I'll need to do a little bit of research and see why exactly it's doing that and how I can fix it. I hope it's not a critical issue with my sorting system, because I do not want to tear this entire thing down. But I'm sure I can find a solution, and in no time at all, we'll have a perfectly working sorting system. So I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Now, apparently what it looks like was the items aren't lining up properly before going into the water stream, so they're crossing over the middle of the hopper where they tend to get stuck. And it's an easy fix, so I just need to make a little bit of a detour over here once they come up from the bubble column, and then make sure that they get lined up properly. And yes, it's not the prettiest of solutions, but you know what? If it works, I am not too bothered about it. I've got my chest in there. That'll ensure that they line up properly due to its smaller hitbox. And I think it's time to start up the machine and see if we fix the issue. And the results are in, and it's working absolutely perfectly. Just look at the items go, skipping over that hopper onto the ice and into the rest of the water stream. So I'm really glad that that wasn't a big issue. It was an easy fix, and now we have a perfectly working sorting system. So the next thing I'm going to need is tons and tons of leather, because I need to put some item frames on there, mark every one of the chests so I know exactly what's in them. So here I am at the cow farm making many, many more baby cows. Come and get it, you greedy sods. Alrighty, I think that is just about all of them. What the heck has happened here? My sniffers are gone. Half the pen is missing. The tree is gone. I have absolutely no clue as to what has happened here. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is fire, but really, I have no idea how it could have caught fire, how it could have spread. I haven't been near this place in quite a while, so this is absolutely baffling. I have no clue as to what has transpired. I think perhaps what I need to do is go look at some of the replay footage and see if I can figure out what on earth has happened to my sniffers. So let's cue up the CCTV footage. And this tells the sad tale. The pen gets struck by lightning, immediately after which it stops raining, so the rain doesn't put out the fire as it normally would. This then spreads to the tree, it demolishes the pen itself, and finally, it also sets poor Snort on fire. As you can see, she is a resilient girl and she quickly manages to shake it off. However, she has sustained some serious damage. At this point though, the pen has been compromised, which allows these two curious creatures to escape their pen and go exploring. Now this is also tragic because, as you can see, Snort hops the fence, and having been fire damaged, she makes contact with a cactus and unfortunately is no more. Snoof, on the other hand, has survived the ordeal. He survived the fire, and he is now free to go on a grand adventure and explore the world around him. Now, if Snoof is still alive, and I really do believe that he is, I need to find him. He has to be around here somewhere, and I'm sure he is alone and absolutely terrified. Now, before you say, oh, but you used to have 3 sniffers, yes, Snoot has escaped the pen long ago. He's off on an adventure and having the time of his life. That is what I truly believe, and that's the way the record books will reflect it. and finding this sniffer is almost impossible. It doesn't help that they are the color of grass and leaves, because everywhere I look, there are grass and leaves. And it looks like I might need to turn back to the replay mod to see if I can find him. And unfortunately, this is where I lost track of him. I have followed his steps, and this is his last known location. So I am very, very certain that he has to be around here somewhere. I'm going to comb the area, and I am going to find my last surviving sniffer. Now, I did stock up on a few sniffer eggs, so at least when we do find Snoof, he won't be alone. Snoof! Ooh! I swear I saw a hint of green moving down in that hole. Is it Snoof? Let's go check, let's go check. Are you here, my... Oh, no, 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 no. You are not Snoof. You are not Snoof indeed. Go away, go away. Okay, let's just get a little bit of distance between me and Mr. Splody here. Get my bow, and then let's get rid of this nasty, vile creature. Take that. That's what you get for impersonating Snoof. Alright, I still haven't found him though, so I need to keep looking. And I am sure he has to be a... Sniffer Saints, Sniffer Saints. Oh, where are you? Wait. Snoof! Snoof, my boy! There you are, you big lunk. Alright, I've got some leads, and I'm going to take Snoof home. So let's just dig out some of this area over here. He's stuck down there, so I need to get him out first. And I need to be careful with the shovel, because I really don't want to hit him. I don't know if he sustained any damage. I don't know how hurt he is or how healthy he is. But he is alive, and we are taking him home. Oh, he just pops up right like that. Okay, let's get a lead on you, and let's go home, my boy. So I haven't rebuilt his pen just yet. I'm going to tie him up over here by the mushroom. He can eat some flowers, he can sniff around in the dirt, and I'm sure there are plenty of interesting scents to keep him happy. But right now, there's something I need to go take care of. And that is to say goodbye properly to Snort. She was a lovely girl, and I'm sure she'll be very happy right here next to Snuff. So let's build her a little memorial as we say goodbye to another member of our little family. Goodbye, Snort. You will be sorely missed, but your memory will live on.